Hey everybody, I'm going to tie a fly tonight. Buddy was asking how to tie it, so it's super simple. It's the Senyo's egg stealing sculpin, the micro version, and this is what the finished product looks like. So let's get started. So I'm using a Pro Sportfisher flexitube 4040. This is sunburst yellow. Color I don't think matters at all. I don't think the tube matters either, as long as it's a small tube. I like these because they have the built-in kind of molded hook holder. I don't have to mess with fusing anything or putting two pieces together. So I've cut this guy short. You can make these whatever size you like. For thread, veevus 8/0. Been using this a lot lately for most of my streamers. Like it. Color doesn't really matter. I'm using white. You won't see the thread anyways. So I'm going to get the thread started. I like to put a little dab of super glue. Okay, next thing I'm going to tie in is a bit of rabbit strip. So I'm using Hareline. I like the Hareline barred rabbit strips. They come in all sorts of colors. They look, anything that's two-toned is a lot more lifelike in the water. So I've got a little strip pre-cut here. I've tapered the end. You see that? There you go. So I've cut a little taper on the end here. It really helps with the pointy tail. If you just cut it off square, you get a thick wide tail. I prefer the thin tail, especially with sculpins. It looks a lot more lifelike. So I'm going to tie this on just ahead of the bump. Okay, the next thing going in is some rubber legs. So these are the fly enhancer legs. Whatever you got's good. So I'm doing 2 pieces on each side, and then I'll fold them over. Okay, so now that I've it's tied in, I'm just going to fold them back so you get 4 on each side. And then I'm going to advance my thread just at this bump here. You get this unsightly wad of thread, but the next step will cover that up. So I like to throw a little bit of super glue on this. Just because there's a lot of thread buildup. So next material for the head, Senyo's laser dub. Love this stuff. It's a super versatile dubbing. You can twist it on your thread, throw it in loops, or make heads like we're about to do. So I've prepped a chunk already. You see that? So I've just pulled it apart and stacked it. So it's more or less a common length. So all I'm going to do is find the middle, kind of lay it over top of the fly so it's all the way around. Make a loose wrap, and then make a couple tight wraps, and then just brush it all back. Pull your thread out. Looks like a matted mess, but we're going to brush that out in a second. So instead of whip finishing this fly, I like to just put a little bit of super glue on my thread. And then build up just a little neat head at the front. Now the last thing to go on, just a little 8mm trout bead. I really like the UV. I think they're Spirit River. The UV2 beads that glow. I think this is actually a Spirit River, not a trout bead, but if I hit it with the light, you can see they glow real well. So just before I slide that up into the head, I'm going to put more super glue on. Just a blob. And just jam that in nice and tight. Now I'll cut my thread. So now I'll actually finish the tube, so I'll pull it off the mandrel. So I'm just going to cut it maybe 2 or 3 mil in front of the bead there, and then I'm going to hit it with a lighter to curl the end. So you can see I cut it pretty close. And I'm just curling the end over. And then I actually like to throw it on another mandrel just to make sure the hole stays open in the front of the bead. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It's curled over. And now we'll hit it with a toothbrush. So that's it. Senyo's mini egg stealing sculpin. The hook holder in the back, you can trim it to whatever length you like. I like it so the hook is maybe at the 2/3 point. Other than that, thanks for watching.